You probably think of your body as a finely engineered machine, the product of millions of years of evolution polishing it to perfection. It is not. Your body is a hand-me-down, a patched-up, edited, second-hand thing stuffed with leftover parts that no longer do anything. Right now, as you sit there, you are carrying a tail, a third eyelid, muscles for ears you cannot move, and teeth built for a jaw you no longer have. These are called vestigial structures, and to understand why you are full of them, you have to understand how evolution actually works. It does not design anything from scratch. It cannot. It can only edit the draft it already has. When a body part stops being useful, evolution rarely bothers to delete it cleanly. It just lets it shrink and fade and hang around as a leftover. So your body is less like a machine and more like a very old house, full of doors that open onto nothing. Start with the one you can trigger right now, goosebumps. When you are cold or scared or moved by a piece of music, tiny muscles at the base of each hair yank it upright and your skin pricks up into little bumps. It feels like nothing. It does nothing. But in a furry animal, it does something very important. A frightened cat fluffs its fur to look bigger and more dangerous. A cold animal puffs its coat to trap a thick layer of warm air. That reflex, pulling the hairs upright, is genuinely useful if you have a coat. You have the exact same muscles and the exact same reflex firing at the exact same moments, but you lost your fur long ago, so all that ancient machinery achieves now is a faint bumpy texture. Goosebumps are your body trying to fluff up a coat that is not there. Next, reach down to the base of your spine. There is a small, pointed bit of bone there called the coccyx, your tailbone. It is the leftover stub of an actual tail, and this is not a guess. For a few weeks as an embryo, you genuinely grew a small tail, with vertebrae, sticking out from your developing body. Then your own body broke it back down and absorbed it, leaving only that fused little stump behind. You started building a tail, changed your mind, and kept the foundations. Now try to wiggle your ears. Most people cannot, and that is the point. Around each of your ears sit muscles whose entire job, in other animals, is to swivel the ear toward a sound. A cat or a deer can rotate its ears like little radar dishes, aiming them at the faintest noise. You have those same muscles. They are just useless. But here is the eerie part. Hook a person up to sensors and play a sudden sound off to one side, and those dead muscles still twitch, still try to turn the ear toward the noise, chasing a movement you cannot even make. Open your mouth and you may be carrying another leftover, your wisdom teeth. They are a third set of molars, and they exist because your ancestors had bigger, longer jaws and a brutal diet of raw, tough, gritty food that ground their teeth down. They needed the extra grinders. Then, as we started cooking and our faces shrank, the jaw got shorter, but the instructions to grow those final molars stuck around. So they arrive in a mouth with no room for them, jammed in sideways, and we pay a surgeon to dig them back out. They are teeth for a jaw you stopped having. Then there is the most infamous leftover of all, your appendix. This little dead-end tube hanging off your gut is the shrunken remnant of a much larger pouch that plant-eating animals use to break down tough, fibrous leaves. As our ancestors' diets changed, we did not need that big fermenting chamber anymore, and it dwindled down to this small, mostly pointless tube. It does a little minor work for your immune system and gut bacteria, but it is most famous for one thing: occasionally getting infected, swelling up, and trying to kill you. Sit with that for a second. You are walking around with an organ whose main claim to fame is that it can randomly turn lethal for no good reason. That is not the design of a careful engineer. That is a leftover nobody got around to removing, and it is a perfect example of how evolution patches over the past instead of cleaning it up. And the leftovers keep coming. Look in the inner corner of your eye, that little pink fold of tissue. That is the shrunken remnant of a third eyelid, a membrane that other animals still sweep sideways across the whole eye to clean and protect it. Yours is stuck, frozen, useless. Flex your wrist and a tendon may pop up in your forearm, or it may not, because roughly 1 in 10 people are simply born without it, a grip-related leftover that is already halfway out the evolutionary door. And the fine, near-invisible hairs covering most of your body are the faded ghost of a full mammalian coat. Step back, and a strange, beautiful picture appears. Your body is not a clean, purpose-built design. It is a museum. Every one of these leftovers is a fossil, a physical memory of an animal you used to be. The tailbone remembers a tail. The goosebumps remember fur. The ear muscles remember a time you could aim your hearing. The appendix remembers a gut built for leaves. You are wearing your own evolutionary history, stitched right into your flesh. This is the difference between being designed and being inherited. A designed machine has no useless parts because an engineer would simply leave them out. An inherited body is full of them because evolution cannot start over. It can only ever tinker with what the last version handed it. Your body is the latest draft in a story hundreds of millions of years long, and it still has all the old edits showing. So the next time you get goosebumps on a cold morning or feel that little nub at the base of your spine, do not think of it as a flaw. Think of it as a signature, a note left behind by every creature you descended from, the furry ones, the tailed ones, the leaf eaters, the ones who could swivel their ears toward danger in the dark. You are not a finished, perfect machine. You are a living, walking draft, carrying all of them around inside you. Look down. You are wearing history. If you enjoyed this, subscribe and tell me what to dissect next.